G'day, guys, and welcome back to the JFBS SuperCoach channel. And today, what we're going to go through is unfortunately the round 4 review. I know that was very quick to the point, but it has been a very frustrating weekend. Other than the fact that it was a long weekend, Easter weekend, very nice. Work over the weekend to get some extra pay, but SuperCoach wise, it was not good, especially for me and for 89 the other 80,000 coaches. I went down 74,000 spots, which was amazing. Scored a whopping 1777. That is a tongue twister. Went down 14,600 in the season ranks. So not very good, unfortunately. Yeah, look, I thought 1777 wasn't too bad. I'll be honest. I was like, surely people have done worse because people lost Ed Richards as well. But obviously, I had Tim English and no Grundy and no Gawn and no Jackson and no Ruck. I've got no Rucks. Anyways, let's get through this really frustrating 10 minutes. As you can see, I've already been playing around with my trade boost, but yeah. John Clark, 52. Can't believe I'm starting off at a whopping 52. I didn't watch the Crows Freo game, but people were saying that, Luke Ryan and Judd McPhee were taking the kickouts and John Clark just kind of faded out towards the end of the game, which is amazing. So 52 from him is just great. With the Nick Dacos injury, I thought Josh Dacos would have a higher score than this at 532, but obviously not. That's okay because... yeah, they got swamped by Brisbane. 94, I think next week he's going to score a ton, even though history doesn't say. But my history is saying that he scores 134, 94, 117, 94. He's going to score something between 134 and 117. So just hold on. When I talk about frustrating weeks, I talk about this guy. Look, I'm sure he's a great bloke and he tries his heart out. But for SuperCoach, yeah, look, I don't want to get too political, but I recently watched, in my spare time, late at night, I was a bit intrigued. I want to watch the documentary after, I think it was after Thursday or Friday night's game, and I was like, let me watch a documentary. I watched the Bin Laden raid documentary, which was a great documentary. I highly recommend watching it. But with these crap SuperCoach scores and these injuries, I am very inspired to do something to whoever is responsible for these horrible injuries. Like, who is making these guys injured? And who is making Blackerson score a 33? Like, oh, come on. Please. I know that got really weird, but come on. Unfortunately, you're gone. Lockie Jackson, the 67, thought he'd be doing better in the second half. He scored 36. 72 I would have given a pass. Our only ton in defence, and I thought this guy would be the last person to score a ton. Jai Sarong, after having a 48. I was thinking of getting rid of him next week. Not this week, but next week or something like that. But look, he did go up against West Coast. He's got Gold Coast and GWS. And if he scores 71, he gets to about 320K, and it's a pretty nice price. Josh Lindsay, just loved the 46 that he gave me. I don't really have much more to say. Bit annoying. I brought in him and Sherry, who I'll get to in a tick, and they score a 72, or 78 in between. Bont scored doubled that. Like, I know it's Bont, but Jesus, like, oh, God, please. All right. And obviously Sinclair and Fonzie had the bye. I mean, this guy kind of saved me about sorry for my language, about 30,000 more spots as the captain on Bont. So I'm pretty happy about that. He's the only guy I'm trading up to. this round. Dacos had the late injury, which was annoying, but really probably wouldn't affect my rank that much considering that most people have him. Butters, same thing. Don't really care what he scores because a lot of people have him, but 114 could have been a bit better. Max Holmes, about 10% of people have him. I'm pretty happy so far with his performance. He's got West Coast this week. I am so tempted to put the VC on him. He scored nothing but tons so far, and he's on a roll, so I'm pretty happy about that. And my major pod, Andy Brayshaw, is finally waking up after that first crap game. He's got Collingwood and West Coast. No tag. Carlton don't tag. Dogs don't tag. Hawthorn don't tag. Essendon don't tag. It's a nice-ish run. Sam Walsh, I thought would score 100. Please, just score me 100, please. Like these mid-90s and low hundreds just weren't going to cut it for me. At 524k, he's going to be in my team for the rest of the season, whether I like it or not, or whether you like it or not, because at this rate, we're going to have about 15 primos. That's 4 upgrades and 1,000 sideways trades. Tanner Bruin stepped up and had a great game. Look, he does have a break even of 65, but just ignore it. Don't get rid of him. He's got West Coast this week. If he scores a 93, his break even goes back to a 27, and he can make up to 400k, which would be a nice option. I'm thinking I would go for upgrading to a Hugh McCluggage soon or a Matt Rao. But with Matt Rao, I need to see how he goes with that finger because he just did not look like he played well. Tom Blomeyers with a 56 against Carlton. Not really much to say. Happy with Sam Grill scoring a 90. Why did I have Watkins with a whopping 7? Why did I have him on the E instead of Grill? I mean, look, he's playing Richmond. You'd think so. He's played the lowest minutes, whereas Grill also plays his lowest minutes against Port, but had a 90. So, I mean, what can you do? Dyson Sharp. He's going to be a dead rook, I reckon, for the next few weeks. Tim English. If you checked my last week video, it doesn't look good. If it was 1 to 3 weeks, I unfortunately would be keeping him. I'm not bringing in Max Gawn because Essendon has Melbourne next week. And by this rate, Max Gawn is going to get an injury or get a suspension. You can choose which one. 79, super unfortunate with his injury. I've traded Cherry, and now I'm going to be trading English. I've already traded 2 of my rucks, and it's round 4 going into round 5. Or round 5 it's going to be. But Lockie McAndrew, for all the people that were worried about Riley O'Brien coming in and kind of messing it up. I mean, look, he did have a 68 tog, but he scored a 123. And Riley O'Brien scored a whopping 8. So pretty happy about that. Sheezel, I felt like could have scored more, but look, I don't really care because everyone's got him. Butterick. If you were tuning into my last week's video of like what my ideas for trades were, it was Blackiston and Butterick to like Whitfield and a Brook. Now I don't know what I'm doing because I want to get rid of English and I want to get rid of Blackiston. They do have Hawthorn this week. Might be Butterick's last week. I said that last week, but it's probably this week as well. Braden Cook with a 60. That's fine, solid, whatever. Look, he's still going to have a low break even next week, and he'll get to about 270, 280, which isn't too bad. He's going to be a slow burn, which is amazing. Shithouse, 31, 32. He's expected to make 9k. I downgraded one bloody guy who I just wasted a trade, really. All for what? Nothing. So I could still have Dobberson and probably would have had the same score. Jagger Smith with a 70. I mean, it's pretty fine. If he scores 70s for the rest of the season, that's fine. I don't really care. At least he makes some money. Yeah, so you just heard me bitch and moan for the whole time, but this is going to hurt my eyes seeing all these players that I don't have. Jesus, Grundy, Gawn, and Heaney. I was thinking of Heaney, but it was going to be either him or Bont, and look, 3-point difference. Bont had Essendon, I mean, and Heaney still lost 5k. Doesn't really matter, though. Steele, 540. Okay, he's done really well. He's an average of 114.5 or 147 super coach. Um, Luke Jackson, 126, of course. Cosy Pickett, 126, had a few 123, couple of 123s with Fletcher and McAndrew there. James Short, Josh Worrell, very nice. Bailey Smith with a 118. Um, yeah, I thought Colton McKercher would score a bit more, but you take it. His role's looking good, that's for sure. But apparently, he got a bit of a sledge by Clarko, just not using the ball as well as he'd like. That'll round out 61 players scored a ton, which is very nice. Um, I don't know what I'm doing, I'll be honest, with these trades. Someone's going to have to help me because I really am a bit lost because obviously I've got to get rid of English because it doesn't look good. I forgot to do the best performance. I think this is also going to hurt my eyes. Why round 3? I don't want to look at round 3. 2282. God. How, dude? How? Jesus. Good stuff, mate. Good stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and then two guys who scored 70s. That's a big difference as well. But yeah, 2282, about 2268. Overall rank is 32. Pretty nice. Went up 71,000 spots. Jesus. And now he's ranked 32. God. Shout out to these guys. They obviously did well. I'm not sledging them. It's just surprised went up that and got to rank 32. But anyways, another good week of price rises as well. I mean, Blackiston. But look, Sarong's going to be making money against. This 1 to 26 is going to really help for the next 2 weeks. But Jackson's making his money. I'm happy with Bruin. I know this break even's not pretty with a 65, but you can have him for one more week, make him score a 93, and he'll get to 400k in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. So just be patient. I think he'll be good. He's been the only mid-pricer I've really liked so far this season. I'm definitely going to learn for next season to never have a mid-pricer in my life. Tom Blamires has made another 50k, so very solid. Still has a -5, 31k. Of course, he's got Brisbane, which is nice. Butterick, he's making slow cash, which is annoying. 62k, you're hoping a bit more. Braden Cook as well, so very nice there. In terms of what I want to do with my trades, well, Blackiston's out, that's for sure. And it seems like Tim English is out. The decision is, I think, let's go look at break evens. Barrow's nice. I think he's the only guy I'm really looking at. Is there any forward? Actually, what would be better if we Oh, that's not what I meant. This would show everyone and be a bit easier to look at. So Farrow, he's a guy I'm looking at. He's got Melbourne this week. Oscar Steen. He did score like a 30 or 41, sorry. Don't know. I'd have to rewatch the game to see how I feel. But Jacob Farrow, I think, is my number one option there. We can just have him there for now. And Rucks at the moment. I'm looking at Grundy. I feel like he's just going to pop an injury now and bring him in. Obviously, I'm not trying to bring in guy like, you're chasing last week's score. It's like, well, no shit, because these guys are the best runners in the game. But Gorn, too expensive now. He's at 700k. I can't do that to myself. And Jackson, I think he's got an early buy. And I think I've got a lot of guys in the early buy. This Not that I am. He's got round 14, so that's like in the middle. Amazing. When's Sydney's? Damn, theirs might be early. I reckon it is. Maybe this might determine how my buy structure might be. 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, so both of them are in 15. Well, I like the look of Grundy a little bit more. It gives me 147 to play around with. Not enough, unfortunately, for what I would like to do. Because I did buys round 15. That's one primo. It's not bad. Which one's 3-0? Yeah, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys. Yeah, probably not Jackson. It's unfortunate because I would like him because then I could probably afford what's his face, but I can't move guys around, which is shit. I can't bring in Whitfield. I mean, I could because then I'd have to move. I just couldn't have Farrow. If we optimize this again, 2204. I'm saving a boost. I've got 147k. I'm just experimenting because I just need another guy to help me score. Get another 40 points. It'd have to be a forward, unfortunately, and I don't think I can get any of the really good ones that I want. Like it's 64k. Go, ugh, yuck. Yeah, Rankin. Get away from me. Well, Rochelle should be up here soon. And Connor McDonald. Yeah, 426k there. 407k there. No one that I really like. I don't think there's anyone I want to trade down, I'll be honest. Maybe we just keep it as is. Geez, Dunkley's moved down in price. That might be my trades, I reckon. I'm trying to think who's the first rookie we're hopping off, because if we once again go to guys that are had their first game this week, there really isn't many. Break evens. Lucky Goldman looks nice, 132k, but he's not going to keep his spot, unfortunately. Flynn Perez, if he keeps the spot, that's okay. And there's really not anyone else, I'll be honest. Josh Dolan, 71 was solid, but he's at 150k. I thought Tom Edwards played well on the weekend, but maybe a Perez, 99k. But who would we go down to? No one that I really like, I'll be honest. Maybe it'd have to be a Watkins down to him, and that's about another 100k. Move Grill down, Perez there. I'm just trying to think of stupid shit. I think that's my trades for now. If you missed them somehow, it's bring in Grundy. Because this is the thing, yeah. I can, if I went with Jackson, got rid of you, swapped you, and I think it was bringing in a rookie. Maybe, I'm not too sure. What am I doing? Oh, I've got to do the boost. Field. Who was it that I was thinking of? Was it like a? I forgot who I did, but I did this like ages ago. Was it Fonte? And then you get Farrow? Yeah, no, not worth it. I think I'll stick this for now. God, if English wasn't injured, I'd be in a happier mindset at the moment. What can you do? You can't control things, but fuck. Trading up to bloody Whitfield would have helped so bloody much. But I guess we've got to wait. Already down 10 trades. I've used 2 boosts. There's still 19 to go, and there's 30 trades to use, which is amazing. I don't know what I'm going to do next week. Maybe we just wait another week of price rises. Yeah, look, not too flash, I'll be honest. I think this is probably the team that would be. Anyways, yeah, that's going to do it for me. Anyways, I think, like I said, that's going to do it for me. Sorry if I was really negative. I think everyone's really negative this weekend in terms of SuperCoach. A little bit disappointed, but oh well, what can you do? Anyways, I think that's going to do it for me. Like I said, 3 times in a row now. Hopefully you guys had a good Easter weekend. Hopefully it was better than my SuperCoach weekend. But I'm sure there's 80,000 of you that had a better weekend than I did. So good on you guys. But yeah, that's going to do it for me. Hopefully you guys have a good one. Make sure to tune in to the other videos I'll be posting the next couple of days, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.